All right, welcome back, everyone. Thank you so much for your patience in waiting. With all of us who are here, in the interest of time, we will definitely go ahead and restart. All those who are outside, this is kind of the last and final call, as we say. We'll invite you to please start stepping in because the next topic that we are divulging into is something that you really do not want to miss. This is the smart hospitals. It's the future that we shall be discussing now. The integration of digital, AI, and technology, and so much more that get into a smart hospital of the future will be our topic of discussion that we will be dealing into. So this particular topic, Simran, will be divulging into not just treating an ailment or a disease, rather preventing and preempting a disease. So for this one, we have once again an eminent panel of panelists who we will be inviting on stage. Let me start by inviting the moderator for this session, Ms. Upasana Arora, Managing Director. Okay, I stand corrected. I'll start by inviting the moderator for the discussion, Mr. Rajneesh Srivastava, General Manager for Cardiology, Poly Medicure Limited. I'll also invite Ms. Upasana Arora, Managing Director for Yashoda Medicity, to please join in. I will invite Dr. Balbir Singh, Group Chairman, Cardiac Sciences, Pan Max, and Chief of Interventional Cardiology and Electrophysiology at the Max Hospital, Saket. We'll also invite
Dr. Sameer Gupta, Senior Interventional Cardiologist and Group Head, Cardiac Cath Lab, Metro Group of Hospitals. Dr. Tarun Kumar, Senior Director, Medanta Moolchand Heart Center, Cardiology. And Dr. Ajay Kohli, Director, Delhi NCR Cluster and Corporate Growth Initiatives, Narayana Health. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give them a big round of applause and start this panel discussion with high energy after this amazing lunch. May I invite Dr. Ajay Kohli, Director of Delhi NCR Cluster and Corporate Growth Initiatives from Narayana Health.
Okay. So, first of all, welcoming the eminent panelist. Thank you so much for being here. So, this topic is really interesting, and I think the need of an hour also. So, we are living in an era where the technology can predict risk before even the symptom appears. Okay? The smart cardiology is not just advanced. So, we have to, it has to be accessible also to the patients across the country. Okay, so I'll start with Dr. Upasana. So, the Yashoda Medicity has emerged as one of the most progressive hospital chain in the country. So, first of all, thank you so much and congratulating you for that. So, the question is that. You have always believed in holistic well-being, right? You believe in yoga also, Ayurveda also, and at the same time, you believe in welcoming the new technologies, the advanced technologies, okay? So my question to you is that, how you are integrating the latest technologies, the advancement, the artificial intelligence within your system, within your ecosystem of hospitals.
So thank you so much for inviting me here. I am working with Voice of Health, I think from their first episode, many years ago. So I am in every conference I am here. So now your question is very interesting. Actually, I always believe that healthcare should be right of everyone. It should be like roti, kapda or makan. So sehat bhi sabka pura adhikar hai. So that is why we always believe in quality care at affordable rates. Same time, highly professional doctors, well qualified. My gem of a doctor, Dr. Dhiren Singhania, is sitting there. He is a very senior doctor. So he is looking after our cardiology. So I believe in hospital, we need to have everything under one roof. Only then we can provide best care to our patient. Like in Medicity, I am inviting everyone, whosoever will get time, please come and visit. Dr. Singhania will explain more about his cath lab, but I can explain about more infrastructure and all. This hospital is a digital hospital, and in Kaushambi also we have adopted all digital NABH standards also. So technology plays a major role in many things, especially in early warning signs. So for that we are using AI and different kind of technologies, as well as best of the cutting edge equipments we have taken for our new hospital. Few things are first time introduced in India, especially if I talk about MR Linac. There are only 3 Linac in India. One is in Fortis Gurgaon, one is in Yashoda Hyderabad, and third one is with us. But our Linac has one more feature which they don't have. So this kind of thing I always wanted to procure in my hospital, but same time, I believe that for holistic healing, because I am dealing with medical value travel, and our Honorable Prime Minister want us to provide holistic healing. Because when foreign patient is coming to India, he is looking something different from other countries in India, like yoga, as you talked about, Ayurveda, even I am keeping homeopathic doctor also. Yeah. Sometimes people don't want to go for, modern medicine, they want ki, cough and kuch hai, to we should take homeopathy. But more than this, what I believe in a hospital, we should just think about sustainability, not big profit margin. That is how we can maintain our, affordable rates for the patient. Because I am from a very service class background, my husband is also from there. So I understand the value of money, and everybody cannot afford lots of money for health, and especially Indians who are not thinking about their health, there are no saving for health. So, and with all these things, what is the USP of Yashoda is that we try to connect with our patients. My team and everybody is always, having very personal relation with my patients, so they feel that they are not away from their home, they are at home. So this is our mantra, that sabko apna mano, one earth, one nation, type one health. So that is how. Thank you so much.
So just extending to this discussion, I was just going through one of your video, and you talked about 3H concept, which is heart, head, and hand. Okay. So what do you think in coming time, when AI is taking place, how these things are going to contribute along with the AI?
So first of all, what I feel, that any institution, whosoever is heading that, his thoughts and his wishes are always, you can feel in that institute what kind of vision that person is having. What AI can do. AI can take lots of things, like now we are working with O-Health. They are providing us a kind of software which will ask all the symptoms of a patient. And if when he will talk about, मेरे को यहाँ दर्द हो रहा है, तो वो पूछेगा कि सुबह हो रहा था, कि शाम को हो रहा था, कि दोपहर में हो रहा था, types. But same time, I always believe doctor has a place in, with patient. And no one can take that place when doctor is keeping hand on the head of a patient and will say that, bhai, chinta mat karo, main hu, everything will be all right. So I always believe lots of digitization is happening in India and as well as everywhere. But that human touch, and my 3H, I'm so happy, this H interview was many years back and you are talking about, तो मुझे भी याद आ गया. So मेरे दिमाग में हमेशा एक ही बात रहती है, which is in my head, that I want to do everything honestly. And Dr. Sab can actually tell, because he is working with me from many years. I never called my doctors for any kind of target, never. So I want to provide totally honestly good care. So that is in my head. And in my heart, there is lots of sympathy because I lost my parents in very early age. So I don't want any other person should feel that kind of pain, losing someone. So for them, we are providing this kind of care. And Hand means skilled doctors, and I am proud to say that I have the best doctors. And right now I'm sitting with doctors, so I can't say that. Otherwise, everybody will just shout on me. I'm always saying, I don't know how others hospitals are working. I am having the best. So thank you so much.
Thank you so much for your comments. And I recently learned that there is a chanting of Om also in a hospital. So great, we are bringing the traditional stuff along with the latest AI for our ecosystem. Thank you so much. Yeah. So my next question goes to Dr. Balbir Singh. Let me call it Padma Shri Dr. Balbir Singh. So, Dr. Singh, as you have witnessed so much of evolution in the cardiac sciences in last 1 decade, okay? I know we have been working together for when I was working with other companies launching TAVI in India. So we worked together. So I want to understand from you that how different it is to treat patients now as compared to treating patients 10 years back. How AI or I would say the digitalization has changed your patient treatment in past 10 years.
So we have seen huge advancements that have happened in technology in the last 10 years. Not specifically AI, because AI is the next chapter. It's a chapter which is just evolving. The outcomes we don't know. We don't even know what it has in store for us.
Right.
So what I can only explain about the decade of change, that the life has become easier for both physicians and for the patients. The complication rates have come down. We know exactly how to treat with better equipment. Not that we have reached the end of the road. The end of the road is never there. So we know the problems have been, some problems have been sorted out, some new problems have come. But you can see this change happen so fast. I'll give you an example. 2 months back, we had a 97-year-old man. He was mentally alert, fully alert mentally, but he would get admitted with breathlessness. And we knew he had aortic stenosis, but the family said, "Sir, he's 97. So would you like to do it?" The question was put back to them that I think I can do it. I evaluated him. I said, I can do it, but you have to take the call, because 97 is the age and you have to take the call. So they took the call that we want to go ahead with it. The patient was discharged next morning, is absolutely fine, going for a daily walk. Can this have happened 10 years back? Never.
No.
At 87, 85, we used to think this is the end. Now what? Why should we get more treatment? So the confidence in the families and the patients is increasing, because they know they see the confidence in the physician, and the confidence in the physician comes by the improving technology he has at hand. Talking about AI, AI is the next big chapter. It has not even started. I will tell you one study which is, Mayo Clinic has done a lot of research on AI, and so has Stanford in cardiology. So they looked at ECG of a patient. So ECG can be the most basic test, which has been there for 300 years. The most basic test. They just put the ECG, did some machine learning to telling that machine that, look, this patient with this ECG had this disease. The second first they put ejection fraction. The second they put that this ECG of this patient, his death happened at this age. And look at what they developed. They developed that in the clinic, they see the ECG, it seemingly is normal, and they put it through an AI machine, which they call AI ECG. They put the simplest gadget into that. And many times it will say it has a low ejection fraction. They send the patient for echo only if the ECG is not normal by AI, and they find almost similar findings on EF. Then they had some patients where the ECG by the physician was normal, AI said low EF, they sent to the echo said normal echo. But they followed them up, and within 5 years, many of them developed low EF. What we don't know, what that machine was looking at, we don't even know as a physician, I don't know. If the machine tells me that it looked at this wave, and that's how it decided, I'll be smarter. But we don't know what the machine is looking at. Then they looked at the X-rays. They put the X-ray into the AI, and tried to correlate with the longevity of the patient. And answers were very surprising, that you can prospectively put an X-ray and tell the age of the patient and what is going natural age of this patient going to be. So the AI is a chapter which is just beginning. We don't know how far it will go, but it can have a potential which can be very, very interesting and something outstanding in future, which we are really looking at, and would be very excited to see how AI incorporates into echo, ECG, telling us on a CT scan that you do the procedure like this, or a robot may help you in doing that. So it's a world which has not been explored as yet.
So how digital therapeutics can contribute to your traditional treatment options in coming time?
I didn't get the question.
So the latest advancement in artificial intelligence and digitalization and latest therapies into digital therapeutics,
Right.
how this could help you in your traditional or conventional way of treating patients?
Right. So let's take a simple example that this is a wearable watch. It has a lot of data that comes
Right.
in, but this data is not enough for us. We need some more data. Now, we also know sudden cardiac death is the commonest cause of death of a cardiac patient, and we can't do anything about it. Patient collapses at home, patient collapses here and there. He can't be resuscitated, right? Now, this watch can have some data which can predict sudden cardiac death. Further thinking beyond this, if somebody is wearing this watch and a ECG changes and something happens, that can go straight to some ambulance nearby, to some police control rooms nearby, wherein a defibrillator can be brought and saved in time. So there can be huge potentials of these wearables, which are unexplored at the moment. Apple has done
I
a
think
great
this
job.
is the tip of the iceberg.
It is the tip of the iceberg. Apple has done a great job in picking up AF.
Right.
So many patients now come and say this is the ECG, and you start anticoagulants, and they would have had stroke if this was not picked up.
True.
So the simple things we have now will be explored beyond what we can actually imagine in this point of time.
Right. Completely agree with you. So thanks for this wonderful comment on AI and the conventional cardiology. So my next question goes to Dr. Sameer Gupta. So Dr. Sameer Gupta is a wonderful interventional cardiologist, as well as an amazing administrator also. So, sir, I have a question to you. I have heard that you were talking about your A, B, and C. A is we have to take care of the HbA1c, the blood pressure, and cholesterol. Okay. So when we are talking about the prevention, where we say that prevention is better than cure, so what do you think? How digitalization, how AI, and how digital therapeutics can help prevent your ABC?
Yeah, so thank you so much for having me. And, when you think of prevention, right, so I think let's just step back and see how evolution of medicine has happened, right? So if you go back and see, previously, we would go to the doctor when there was an illness, right? So I'm having chest pain, I go to the doctor. I have a pneumonia, I go to a doctor. I feel a mass in my breast, I go to the doctor and get it evaluated, right? So that is how it has traditionally been. Then we studied all this, we figured out, okay, what are some of the risk factors that come up, who's more predisposed to some illnesses, and then we came up with screening guidelines, right? Screening guidelines came up, okay, anybody more than 40 years old should get a mammogram. If you have XY, if you are more than 65, if you have some risk factors, then you should get a flu vaccine. You should get a pneumonia vaccine. So these guidelines kind of emerged more at a mass scale. It happened at a mass level. Now the question comes up, can we do further screening, and can we personalize this healthcare? Can we personalize this healthcare? And if you see, the similar thing has happened in cars, right? Previously, you would have a car and then you would go and get it repaired, when there was a problem. And then they started saying, you know what, these problems happen at 5,000 kilometers, at 10,000 kilometers, at 20,000 kilometers. So at 20,000 kilometers, you change the filter. At 5,000 kilometers, you change the brake pads, whatever. So similarly, the future of healthcare in this ABC or so-called screening is going to be very personalized. And I think genes and some of the other AI technologies like Dr. Balbir talked about that can be look at an ECG and predict his future risk of a cardiac arrest, which you cannot do right now. I was reading a study where they said that you can take mediastinal fat on an X-ray, mediastinal fat on an X-ray, run it through an AI algorithm, and it can predict your risk of diabetes. That's crazy. I mean, I don't even know how to look at mediastinal fat in an X-ray. But AI is going that way. Technology is going that way. And I think also we have to see, when I look at AI personally, I look at it from my own experience. When I was in medical college, not that long ago, I would like to think, I would go and read books, right? And I had to do a lot of rote memorization. I had to remember, okay, the treatment of heart attack is aspirin, heparin, nitro. And you give it at this dose, you give it at this time. This is the indication, this is the contraindication. This is how we learned in medical college 20, 25 years ago, rote memorization. Then came the area when I went to the US, there were desktop computers and you could go and access all the data in the world. So a lot of that rote memorization I had to do went away, right? A lot of it went away. I could go on the computer, check on a website, okay, what is the dose of nitro, what is the dose of this antibiotic, etc. And then I could personalize it and give it to the patient. So a lot of my rote memorization went away. Then came the area of phones. Now I had the entire Google on my phone. So now during rounds, I just go open my phone, type in a question, get it answered. Now with AI, and remember, we are only on ChatGPT version 5. Only 5.0. There is a lot left to happen. Imagine what ChatGPT 15 is going to be. Imagine what ChatGPT 20 is going to be. We are only on ChatGPT 5. So I'm fairly bullish to see how this entire AI thing comes along. I'm very interested to see how this entire thing happens. It is going to change the world. There is no doubt about it. You know, AI is not going to change the world, but doctors who don't use AI will be changed.
Very true. So I have a following question to this. Do you think in coming time there will be prescription-based digital therapeutics for your ABC, for the hypertension, diabetes, and other stuff?
So I think a lot of it will start getting, you know, with AI generation. For example, in the next, we are upgrading our HIS software, and this software, you turn it on, and there are some other softwares which do this, where it records the entire conversation, it listens to the entire conversation between the patient and doctor, picks up those points, and makes a digital prescription automatically. Right? There are all these apps that right now, when you're having a Zoom meeting, when you're having a Google meeting, it can take down, summarize the entire conversation. So that is already happening as we speak. And once that is to happen, you just plug in a little bit pharmacy and some medical information onto that platform, and it will give you it can give you a prescription automatically, and then you as a doctor can go and kind of fine-tune it the way you want it.
Right.
So I think that is going to happen.
Yeah. True. Thank you so much, Dr. Sabir. So my next question goes to Dr. Tarun Kumar. So, Dr. Tarun, how do you think, or how would you balance your decision making for adopting new technologies with the need of evidence, cost effectiveness, and patient safety?
First of all, thank you, Voice of Healthcare, for inviting me on this podium. See, as we medical student and as a cardiologist, we see a lot of advancement. Science is like every day changing field. Every new day something will come up. Like you can see new machineries, devices, sensors, even patient-centric treatment also. But whenever any new tech comes, we should see where is the evidence, where there is some randomized control trial is there, any peer review data is there, and whether we can apply to a general population also. Second thing, cost effectiveness, like whether this treatment is cost effective, is we are able to like apply to a larger scale of population, because cost is a one thing. This is not infinite, it's a finite thing, and we have a limited resources because we are a developing country. So we need to see whether we can apply to our population, and what finally patient will get. Patient will benefit from this, because tech should be like it able to simplify treatment. It should help the patients, and it help us to grow and mature into more intervention cardiologists or more intelligent doctors. Second thing, whenever I see new tech, I will see, okay, any evidence is there? Can I apply on my patient? Is it safe? And finally, what my patient will get? And is it cost effective? So if it is meeting all these criteria, definitely I will like to apply. Thank you.
So I have a follow-up question. So what do you think, what digital therapeutics do you find reliable, trustworthy for your patients?
See, everything comes with a boom. Everything, okay, just like Dr. Samir was talking about chat GPT and all, but you need to frame right kind of question to chat GPT to get right answer. And it's up to you how to apply on whatever you are doing, some research project or anything. So you need to apply. So you need a sound mind for that. But what is happening? Suddenly in one hospital or something, your internet goes off. So you have no idea how to deal with it. So clinical science is paramount. You can assist one good doctor, but tech is required, but good sound mind and good doctor is required.
Right. Thank you so much. So my next question goes to Dr. Ajay Kohli from Narayana Health. So again, Dr. Ajay, you have been a clinician also, and now you are in a different setup. So my question is, how do you manage your team of clinicians, technicians to adopt the latest technologies, artificial intelligence, and new advancement which are coming up almost every year?
Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for having me here, and apologies for being late. I hung up on some desserts back there, you know. Digital transformation is something which everyone talks about, you know. It's happening in front of us. All of us are a part of that digital transformation. So in healthcare particularly, I believe there are three things which are needed for 100% adoption of these things. One is ecosystem, one is technology, and one is people, you know. These three things are bind towards each other. Ecosystem wise, today we are well equipped, you know. India has the cheapest data in the world, you know. All these Blinkits and WhatsApp and UPI have made common man very aware that these things are available. So one thing is ecosystem. I think we are right in the middle of our best phase where ecosystem is right for all these things to take place. Now, second comes technology, you know. Solution selection is very important, you know. We live in an age where everyone is coming up with solutions every day, you know. And Indian healthcare is very different, you know. I might be the organization which I represent might be very different from someone sitting on the dais here or someone else, you know. So we are a very vivid country, you know. The solution selection has to be very good. Luckily for Narayana Group, you know, we have a separate software arm, you know. And Dr. Shetty sometimes jokes about it that we might be a software company which runs hospitals in 15 years, you know. So we have developed our own HIS system, you know, and it has been painstakingly developed over the last 15 years, you know. Doctors, nurses, clinicians, all were part of that journey, you know. So normally we use the word end user, you know. End user has to be in sync with the product. In our case, it was very good that they were a part of the development of the product. The solution selection is very good for us. Now, last come people, you know. The thought process, the mindset, you know, and I think all of us sitting here, we struggle with the same things, you know, and that is because I'll go to my initial reference, you know. If I use WhatsApp, it benefits me, you know. If I use Blinkit, it benefits me. If I use a UPI, it is beneficial to me. But here I'm telling a doctor or a nurse or a technician to use something which is not going to be beneficial to them, you know. Someone else has developed it, someone else it will be used for. So how do you bridge that, you know? So we have thought about it and we have failed over it many times and succeeded also many times, what benefit it will bring to my nurses, what benefit it will bring to my doctors, all those things combined, and one more thing which is very different in healthcare is, you'll find a GDA, who's barely 10th pass, and a doctor who is an MCH, super specialized, very intelligent, and you want to use a product with all of them, a very intelligent doctor, very learned doctor, a GDA who's 10th pass, So we're struggling. I will not say that we have a very good product. Our adoption is 90%. It should have been 100%. But as we go on, we are learning. And then suddenly came an AI, which kind of bridged it a bit, it's becoming easy. The example which Dr. Balbir gave, we have predicted with ECG heart failure, So we analyzed 25,000 ECGs, we presented a research paper on it, that by looking at ECG, can we predict heart failure? And exactly what sir said here, that 5 years down the line, will you have heart failure, So it's bridging, but yes, adoption is a major challenge for all of us, I believe, and we're working on it, as speak,
So how do you ensure, Dr. Ajay, how do you ensure those learnings, your clinicians, your technicians, and your staff, their learnings are passed on or converted into the patient well-being?
So exactly, the core of our philosophy is patient care. We are also known as an affordable chain, and we want to stay affordable. For a long time, we were dependent upon economies of scale, bulk buying, all those things. Now, our new phase, we are dependent upon technology and technology alone. Can we lean on technology to deliver good patient care without compromising any of the things which can affect a patient? So again, I'll quote Dr. Shetty. He says that India will be the first country which will separate wealth from health. Any hospital will be able to deliver health irrespective of the wealth the patient has. We have used it. We have learned from it. We're still learning. Like let us say we are using an app, a doctor's app known as Adi, or a nurse's app which is known as Namha, and a third app which is used by patients. And trust me, every day we come at issues which we didn't think through, We really thought that we are good at it. But the core centricity of all these things will be that patients will be taken care of. All the things are being developed or being made better, thinking patient is in mind, and it has really helped us also. So a very small example, all of our x-rays are first read by AI. And then it goes to doctor, Let us say 70% of the x-rays are normal, and then it goes to doctor. But that doesn't mean that those 70% we are not looking into it. Even 70% randomly we'll check 10 of them, or 20% of them, that is it predicting the right thing? So again, it's a part and parcel of our daily work. It's still becoming better,
Okay, Dr. Ajay. So because there is time, I'm having one last question for Madam Upasna, Dr. Upasna. So suppose some company is launching some new therapy, and which is very new, actually. It's not existing in the country. So would you be welcoming to that therapy in your hospital, or would you first, get the feel from the market whether this therapy is working out properly or not?
So we are already into it. My onco department has started this. And if we will all the time think about that, we will get the feedback from everyone, only then we start. So आप बिल्कुल ही पीछे रह जाएंगे, दुनिया आगे चली जाएगी सब कुछ नया एक्सपेरिमेंट करके. So I am the one who is always want to be the first to use anything, all new technology, NABH accreditation. I am the first ISQA fellow. Whatever first I can do, which is in my control, I am trying to do. So I welcome this therapy because I believe somebody who has made it, they must have done a great job. There must be some research work. We can't deny that somebody cannot, introduce to the industry, and if they got some approval from authorities, so there must be something good, and people are getting benefit from that. True. So I believe if we are getting any opportunity to adopt new technology, new treatments, we should, and we are doing it.
Very well said, very well said. Thank you so much, all the panelists. So this was a beautiful and wonderful discussion. Uh, as in India, we are having more than 200 million diabetes patients, diabetic or pre-diabetic patients, and more than 300 million hypertensive patients. So I think in the coming time, AI is going to play a very, very vital role, so that we are well aware before the episode occur, we should know how to take care of it. So with this note, I'll say thank you to all the panelists. Thanks a lot.
So before you say thank you, I really want to congratulate you
Thank you.
for moderating this session so well. And especially you know everybody. You must have done a great research. So thanks to you, Rajneesh. Thanks a lot.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for all the speakers. Sir, I request you to please kindly stay back for a felicitation ceremony. So this was an amazing conversation. I believe all our audience will agree on this point. And now to felicitate our speakers and the expertise they have shared with us, I would like to invite Mr. Rajneesh Srivastava to please felicitate our speakers here. Ms. Upasana Arora. Dr. Balbir Singh.
We extend our gratitude to Dr. Sameer Gupta. Thank you very much, sir, for all your insight. Thank you, Dr. Gupta. We also like to thank Dr. Tarun Kumar for being here with us and sharing his insights with us today. Thank you so much.
Dr. Ajay Kohli. Thank you so much, sir, for joining us for this amazing conversation. And now I would like to invite Dr. Naveen Nishal to felicitate our moderator. Can we have everyone on center of stage for group picture?
And this, of course, calls for one more round of applause, ladies and gentlemen, for our eminent speakers here. And, of course, our moderator for bringing out the topic extremely brilliantly.